This mayonnaise is sitting in millions of American homes right now, but what if the ingredients inside are not as harmless as they seem? Some popular brands contain highly processed oils, artificial additives, and ingredients that health-conscious shoppers are increasingly trying to avoid. You are paying premium prices, but you may be getting the cheapest possible formula. Today, we are exposing the mayonnaise brands raising the biggest concerns and revealing the few options that many families trust instead. What we found might change the way you shop forever. Hellmann's is one of the most recognizable mayonnaise brands in America. For more than a century, families have trusted that familiar blue ribbon label. But if you flip the jar around today, you may notice a very different story. The first ingredient is soybean oil, not olive oil, not avocado oil, soybean oil, one of the cheapest and most widely used oils in the processed food industry. Many health-conscious consumers try to limit highly refined seed oils because they are heavily processed before reaching store shelves. Then there is calcium disodium enta, an additive used to help preserve freshness and extend shelf life. Regulators consider it safe within approved limits, but many shoppers looking for simpler ingredients prefer to avoid products that rely on synthetic preservatives. And the concerns do not stop there. Take a closer look at the price. Hellmann's is often sold as a premium mayonnaise. Yet, when you compare ingredient labels, many smaller brands now offer simpler formulas with avocado oil or olive oil for only a small increase in cost. That raises an important question. Are you paying for better ingredients, or simply paying for a famous name? What makes this even more interesting is that many longtime customers claim the taste and texture are not what they remember from years ago. Some describe it as thinner, others say it feels less rich and less creamy. Whether those changes are real or simply perception is still debated. But one thing is certain, the Hellmann's your grandparents bought decades ago is competing in a very different marketplace today. And once you read the ingredient panel carefully, you may start wondering whether the brand's reputation is stronger than the recipe itself. Kraft Real Mayo has one word printed boldly across the front of every jar. Real. It sounds reassuring. It sounds authentic. It sounds like the product inside is made the traditional way. But the real story begins when you turn the jar around. The first ingredient is soybean oil, followed by water, then eggs. For many shoppers, that immediately raises questions, because mayonnaise has always been known as a simple combination of eggs and oil. Yet modern food manufacturing often focuses on consistency, shelf life, and cost efficiency. Look deeper into the ingredient list, and you will find additives designed to maintain texture and stability. These ingredients are approved for use, but they are a long way from the simple homemade recipe many consumers picture when they hear the word mayonnaise. Now consider the price. Kraft is often positioned as a trusted household brand. Millions of families buy it without a second thought. But when compared with some newer brands using avocado oil or shorter ingredient lists, the value proposition becomes less clear. Are you paying for ingredient quality, or are you paying for decades of brand recognition? What makes Kraft especially interesting is that most consumers never question it. The packaging feels familiar, the name feels trustworthy, and that sense of trust can be powerful. But trust should never replace reading the label, because sometimes the most important part of a product is not the front of the jar. It is the ingredient panel hiding on the back. Duke's Mayonnaise is not just another condiment brand. For many families across the American South, it is a tradition passed down through generations. The brand built its reputation on a rich flavor, a simple formula, and a loyal customer base that rarely questioned what was inside the jar. But that loyalty is exactly what makes Duke's so interesting today. Pick up a jar and look at the ingredient list. The primary oil is soybean oil, the same highly refined oil used by many major mayonnaise brands. While regulators consider it safe, some health-conscious shoppers prefer products made with avocado oil or olive oil instead of heavily processed seed oils. Then there is the price. Duke's is often sold at a premium compared to many store brands. Yet when consumers compare ingredient labels, they may find similar oils and similar processing methods inside competing products that cost less. That creates an important question. What exactly are you paying extra for? The ingredients, or the reputation? What keeps the debate alive is the number of longtime fans who insist the product is not quite what it used to be. Some say the texture feels thinner. Others claim the flavor has changed over time. Whether those differences are real or simply nostalgia is difficult to prove. But one thing is clear, Duke's continues to benefit from a powerful image built over more than a century. And for many shoppers, that history creates trust before they ever read the ingredient panel. The next time you see Duke's on the shelf, ask yourself one simple question. Does the recipe justify the price? Or is the brand's history doing most of the selling? Miracle Whip may look like mayonnaise. It sits next to mayonnaise on store shelves. It is used in sandwiches, potato salads, and family recipes across America. But there is one detail many shoppers never notice. Miracle Whip is not actually classified as mayonnaise. Look closely at the label. You will see the word dressing, not mayonnaise. That difference matters more than most people realize. Unlike traditional mayonnaise, Miracle Whip contains added sweeteners that give it its signature tangy and slightly sweet flavor. Some people love that taste. Others have no idea they are consuming more added sugar than they expected from a condiment. For health-conscious shoppers, that raises an important question. How much added sugar is hiding in everyday foods that are often assumed to be simple? Then there is the ingredient list. Alongside soybean oil and eggs, you will find sweeteners and other ingredients designed to create the unique flavor profile that made the brand famous. Now think about the price. Miracle Whip is often positioned as an affordable family staple, but if you are looking for a traditional mayonnaise experience, you may be paying for a completely different product than the one you think you are buying. That is what makes Miracle Whip so controversial. Its biggest strength is also its biggest weakness. People buy it expecting mayonnaise, but what they get is something entirely different. And once you realize that, you start looking at the jar in a completely new way. The next time you see Miracle Whip in your refrigerator, ask yourself a simple question. Did you choose it because you love the taste, or because you assumed it was mayonnaise all along? Great Value mayonnaise is one of the cheapest options on the shelf, and that is exactly why millions of families buy it every year. At first glance, it looks like a smart way to save money. The jar is bigger, the price is lower, and the label says mayonnaise. But have you ever wondered how the price stays so low? The answer starts with the ingredient list. Like many budget mayonnaise products, Great Value relies heavily on refined soybean oil, a low-cost ingredient commonly used throughout the food industry. Some consumers choose to limit highly processed seed oils and prefer alternatives made with avocado oil or olive oil. Then there are additional ingredients used to maintain texture, consistency, and shelf stability. They help keep costs down, but they also move the product further away from the simple recipe many people associate with traditional mayonnaise. Now consider the actual savings. In many stores, the difference between Great Value and a higher quality mayonnaise is often just a few dollars per jar. That raises an important question. Are you really saving money, or simply sacrificing ingredient quality for a small discount? Because sometimes the cheapest product on the shelf can become the most expensive choice when you look beyond the price tag. But here is the shocking part. Not every mayonnaise brand has taken shortcuts. While some companies focused on lowering costs, a few brands went in the opposite direction. Fewer ingredients, better oils, cleaner labels, and in some cases, the price difference is smaller than you might think. So which mayonnaise brands are actually worth bringing home? The next 5 jars may completely change the way you shop. Now let us talk about the brands that continue to earn praise from ingredient-conscious shoppers. Primal Kitchen has become one of the most talked about names in the premium mayonnaise category. Instead of soybean oil, it uses avocado oil as the primary ingredient. The recipe is relatively simple, the texture is rich, and a typical jar sells for around $8 to $12 depending on the store. It costs more, but many consumers feel they are paying for higher quality ingredients. Sir Kensington's takes a different approach. The brand focuses on simple ingredients and sunflower oil. Many shoppers appreciate the shorter ingredient list and cleaner label. Most jars sell between $6 and $9, making it a popular middle ground between affordability and ingredient quality. Then there is Chosen Foods, another avocado oil mayonnaise that has built a loyal following. The formula is straightforward, the flavor is mild, and it is often priced between $7 and $10. For many families, it offers a premium option without reaching the highest price range. Kewpie stands apart from every other brand on this list. This famous Japanese mayonnaise uses egg yolks instead of whole eggs, creating a richer texture and deeper flavor. A bottle usually costs $5 to $8, and many chefs consider it one of the best tasting mayonnaise products available today. Finally, Spectrum Organics appeals to shoppers looking for organic ingredients. Their olive oil mayonnaise offers a different flavor profile and is often priced between $7 and $11. Many consumers choose it because of its organic certification and simpler ingredient philosophy. These brands are not perfect. No food product is. But they share one important advantage. They focus more on ingredient quality than cutting costs. And sometimes, spending just a few dollars more can make a bigger difference than most shoppers realize. Before your next grocery trip, take 30 seconds and check the mayonnaise sitting in your refrigerator right now. What brand are you using? And after watching this video, will you keep buying it? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you want more honest grocery breakdowns, hidden ingredient warnings, and healthier swaps for your family, subscribe to Buy or Buy Cart, because the next product in your shopping cart might surprise you even more.